Hello, vinyl community, YouTube, the interweb, and my lady friends up in Leeds. How the devil are you? Vinyl tag season is in full swing. Various tags flying around the VC and YouTube at the minute. I've already done a soul tag for John 6-inch pianist. The regular vinyl tag, well, there's a version of it kicked off early towards the end of last year. I've hung on. I'm doing this one today in support of Iain, Ranking the Obscure, Iain and Friends vinyl tag. I did have a helping hand in it, as did other people. If you want to have a go, I'll put a link into the video. There's no obligation. Watch it, thumbs up, drop a comment. Have a go yourself, if you can. You don't have to answer all the questions. There might be one or two you can't answer, or you can't think of it. You generally can't think of an answer, come up with one. Then don't, move on. Bluff your way through it. Have a go. Right then. Oh dear. First question, a real easy one to get you going. Show a cover sleeve with an animal on it. Well, how about some fish, some trout? It's Alexi Sale, the Fish People tapes. And there he is trying to blend in disguise. Good old British comedy. That new wave of comedy that came out in the early 80s. The young ones and stuff like that. Alternative new wave of comedy. Alexi Sale, one of my comedy heroes. And the Fish People tapes. And there he is amongst some old trout. Okay, let's move on. Show a record you regret buying the most. I've got 3 here. 2 of them are the same. I picked these up from car boot sales a good few years ago now. I think they all came from the same one, actually. Out Northampton way. There's a Doctor Who 12-inch single, and it's not proper sort of Doctor Who music. This is like funky sort of disco versions of the theme tune and that. Not good. I think I've played them once. Not bothered with them again. They're still sat in the collection. I don't know if somebody wants it, and the other 2, I'll gladly send you them. I don't know if Martin Parrott will want them, so we can sample them for his sort of mixed CDs that he does. Let me know. These are the other 2. You have to excuse me, I'm trying to balance the book with all my bloody questions on my legs. It's on my lap. This is another sort of version of Doctor Who theme tune, Mankind. These are coloured vinyl, actually. And I think there's about half a dozen to collect. The only good thing about this is the label. Nice label, Pinnacle. Probably one of the nicest looking labels I've got in the whole collection. That's on a grey, silvery coloured vinyl. I think the other one might be blue, but there's grey, clear, black, blue, green, red, yellow and brown, I think, to collect. Not that I'll be bothering. There's the other one. Yeah. Nice label. Shame about the music. Utter crap. Show a part studio album, part live album. If you haven't got one, just a great live one. I do have one. One of my favourite oi bands, Skins. And it's the good, the bad and the Skins. Side 1 is studio stuff and side 2 is live. This is a 2022 reissue on yellow vinyl. And I think I picked this up from Camden. I'm sure I did. So yeah, the good, the bad, the Skins, part live, part studio. A blind buy, good or bad, from 2024. I was ordering something via Discogs. I was looking for something to sort of round the money up. I think it's about 10-15 quid including postage. And the seller, I generally look through all the other stuff the seller's got anyway. Come across this. It's by an artist lady, Scottish lady, goes by the nickname of Horse. I believe she's Scottish, if I remember right. This is from 1990 on Capitol Records. To be honest, I don't know. It was a total blind buy. I'd never heard of her. Never heard of any of the tunes on the album. But it's not a bad listen. Not a bad listen. I quite enjoyed it, so I kept it. If a real name comes to mind, I'll put it up in the comments or whatever. So yeah, a total blind buy from last year. Horse. The album's called The Same Sky. Okay, not bad, not bad. Show a favourite record label. I couldn't make up my mind. Two Tone. You all know I love Two Tone. And let's pull this one out. As the Lady of the Night said to the Archbishop. And the trouble is I can never get the bleeding thing back in. So we've had Trojan, Two Tone, now Trojan. Couldn't make up my mind. Okay, two favourite labels. I do love other labels as well. Stiff's a damn good one. Mighty Vinyl Spiral showed that. Show a record, etc. with an interesting fact, piece of trivia or personal story connected to it. Those who know the Thursday night live stream here in Britain will probably know what I'm going to tell you, show you. How is that connected to an American Werewolf in London, the film? Okay. There's a scene on the London Underground where the werewolf is chasing a chap through the subway tunnels, the underground tunnels. He's trying to escape the werewolf. During the chase, he runs past a poster of this on the wall. It's there. Believe me, it's there. Okay? So there you go. Go look for it. Look at the clip on YouTube. American Werewolf in London. I think it's Tottenham Court Road station. I'm sure it's Tottenham Court Road. On the wall. Running away from the werewolf. He runs past that poster for that dance craze. It's probably the film more than the album, but it's exactly the same sort of design on the poster. Okay, DVD or YouTube video or VHS video that would have made a great album. I do have an old VHS video of a Damned concert, which would make a great live vinyl album. Whether it was already put onto an album, I don't know. I don't know for certain. I do love the Damned. I've seen them live, although a later version. I enjoy the live stuff. I've got live albums, so yeah, I'd love to have seen that in concert. I have tried looking for it. I can't find the bloody thing. I can't find it. It's with a Beat VHS video and some Who ones, and also an ACD one. I think it's Let There Be Rock or something like that. VHS video. Failing that, there's a video on YouTube I watched many a time. Prince Buster live in Tokyo with a Japanese ska band called Determinations. It may have been put on video DVD in Japan. I'm not 100% certain, but I sure as hell would love to get hold of a copy of it on vinyl. But that's about the best I can do for you. Show a favourite compilation or greatest hits album. Picking out this one, it's a psychobilly compilation. Double album on red vinyl. I picked this up at Leicester Record Fair a good few years ago. There's various psychobilly bands. I do love psychobilly. It's mostly the Meteors, probably the greatest psychobilly band in the world today. There's bands on here like the Frogmen, the Playboys, the Revels. There's Link Ray on here as well, with a song called Jack the Ripper, the Strangers, the Tarantulas. Loads of artists. Screaming Jay Hawkins is on here, Johnny and the Hurricanes, Kit Tyler, loads and loads of different artists. This only cost me 10 quid, brand spanking new. It was still in the shrink when I got it at Leicester Record Fair, good few years ago now. Great album, don't play it enough. Okay, compilation album, psychobilly. Okay. Show a 7-inch B-side, which is better than the A-side. I've got loads of 7-inch singles with B-side is better than the A-side, but I picked out a 12-inch single. Thanks for the Night by the Damned. I do have this on 7-inch as well. The B-side though, it's got 2 tracks on here. The main one is a song called Nasty, which is my favourite Damned tune, and it featured on the Young Ones TV programme here in Britain. Alexis Sayer was a vampire, all wrapped up in a parcel. Suppose it. I'm not a vampire. I'm a driving instructor from Johannesburg. That's the one. The Damned did the music. Okay. B-side that's better than the A-side. And I could have showed 7-inch singles. Showing Absolute Steel, a bargain. Original copy of Tainted Love by Gloria Jones. Not mint. I'd say VG, bordering on VG plus-ish. There's hairlines on it. Plays really, really well though. On Champion Records. I paid £1 for this. If you wanted to buy it now, I wouldn't let it go for any less than 150. And it's worth more than that. If this was mint, I'd be looking at 3 to 350 quid. I've seen it going for. it's probably worth 200. Gloria Jones, original copy, Tainted Love. Covered by Soft Cell, the more sort of known popular version. Show an album cover, etc. That's a work of art or you'd like to hang on your wall. I've always liked this design. This is the 12-inch version of Wings of a Dove by Madness. And it's on the back of the 7-inch single as well. I'd love to get it in a picture hung on the wall. And that's illustration by Paul Cleverly, I think it is, or Cluley. So yeah, I've always loved that design. Wings of Dove by Madness. And I think that came from Camden Market, if I remember right. But Madness did have a sleeve designed by a bona fide artist who did Sgt. Pepper's as well, I do believe, Peter Blake. There's different variations or sleeve designs for this, but this is the one that got the final okay. So there you are. Artistic sleeve design. It's Madness with Wee Wee CC Ja Ja Da Da. Show a band and artist that you just don't get, you don't care much for, or you absolutely bloody hate. Well, obviously, I don't own any particular records by this band, and they do appear on the old compilation album I've got. And I've actually commissioned an artist's impression of one of the band's members. Devo. Never understood them, never liked them, can't bloody stand them. And I know plenty of people do. If you like them, well, it's up to you. I ain't having a go at you. I don't care much for them. Can't bloody stand them. That Whip It song. God no. And their cover of Can't Get No Satisfaction, the Rolling Stones classic. Going to be one of the worst cover versions I've ever bloody heard. And poncing around with these look like bleeding flower pots on their heads. I think they're called power. Is it power hats? Or something they called them. Oh, God's sakes. So, yeah. Devo. Can't bloody stand them. Yeah. Great likeness. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It took me hours to do that. Show an album that reminds you of a first love. I keep saying album. It doesn't have to be albums. You can use 12-inch singles, 7-inch singles, whatever you got to hand to sort of illustrate the point. Reminds you of a first love. Soundtrack to The Wanderers. Remember watching it with a girlfriend years ago. I shan't say any more than that. There was much fumbling. That's all I'm going to say. Much fumbling of hands. Yeah. What album have I played the most in 2024? Well, if I'm honest, I've probably played Quadrophenia the most. But the trouble is, a lot of it is the CD version, which is in my car. It's been on constant play more or less for months and months. So if we're talking vinyl records, the thing I've played the most this year, and it's not an album, it's a 7-inch single. Oh my God. It's that. I played this a hell of a lot this year. One of my favourite songs of all time by one of my favourite artists. There it is on Beggar's Banquet. Cars, Gary Newman. Love it. Love life. Love Gary Newman. Most played record this year. Well, last year now. Show an album which you only like one song on. I can give and take this album. I own it. I don't really play it. I only like A Day in the Life of. And I don't pull this, if I'm honest, I don't pull this out just to hear that. Occasionally I'll hear it on the radio. That would do for me. To be honest, I only own the album because it was the #1 album on the day I was born here in Britain. It was top of the charts, #1. Sergeant Pepper's, Day in the Life of. The rest of it, I couldn't really care for, you know. But hey ho. Just because the rest of the world likes the Beatles doesn't mean to say I have to. An international VC channel you discovered in 2024. There's one possibly I started watching quite a lot of, and I still do. But I'll give a call out to other 3 international channels. I do watch quite religiously. Over in America, Cosmic Vinyl, Cosmic Brian. He makes me crack up with laughter. Good fun bloke. Yeah, shows a lot of stuff I haven't got a bleeding clue about. There's always something in there, you know, you sort of tap your fingers to and you're nodding your head and sort of mumbling along with the tune. Great bloke, great laugh. He really is. The clown prince of the VC, Cosmic Brian. I'll put a link to his channel when I edit all this stuff later. Oh, Dandelion and Burdock. Love it. The Boy Wonder from Down Under. Ben Rankins in Australia. And there are other North American channels, Canadian channels that are good. I do enjoy watching. There's other Australian channels I do enjoy watching. Ben Rankins says it how it is. Great sense of humour. Shows some real good, interesting stuff. He highlights and promotes Australian music. Brilliant bloke. Go check his channel out. Michael, Ricefield Records. I'm really interested in Japanese lifestyle culture. He's over there in Japan. Love seeing his videos where he goes visiting record shops. Record shops over in Japan are so different to what they are over here. They can be really sort of higgledy-piggledy. Over there in Japan, everything has its place. You know, there's order, there's calm and order. And you could easily walk to a section and know what to expect to find, you know. Great labels on the sleeves with the price, record condition, etc. So yeah, really enjoy his conversation, really enjoy watching the record shop visits, etc. So yeah, it's Michael at Ricefield Records. But there's loads of other foreign channels as well. But they're just 3 that spring to mind. So yeah, show an album, single, band you discovered in 2024 while watching another VC channel. Give a shout out. Again, the Thursday Night Crew. I think you might guess what's coming up. The Lovely Eggs. Mike Vinyl Spiral champions this band a lot. And he mentioned them one night. And yeah, he showed us a 7-inch single by them. Oh, If You Were Fruit, this one was called, and a rather lovely message there on the lemon. Yeah, he held up a 7-inch single by the Lovely Eggs, and it was called Wiggy Giggy. And we had a bit of a laugh, and later on I went and investigated it, and on YouTube, loved it. Loved the band. It's like sort of garagey, sort of punky type vibe to it. Husband and wife duo. Yeah, so after that I was hooked. Really love them. I'm getting their latest album next. I think I'll order it in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, fantastic band. Absolutely love them. I'd love to get all their albums. I really would. The Lovely Eggs. And I'll put a link to Mike Vinyl Spiral's channel in there. He's our, mine and Ian's unofficial tour guide to Leeds when we got there to the record fair. He knows where all the good pubs are. Make sure he takes us to the record shops as well. He knows where they are. Great bloke, smashing bloke is Mike. Show a record, CD, etc. that has been written on by a previous owner, or show a record that's been autographed by a band, artist, etc. Oh dear. Now then, I've got an album and a singer that's been owned. I've got 2 7-inch singles that have been owned by the same person, and they've scribbled on the bleeding label, put the names on it. Julie, Joe, J.O. That's the free single that came with original copies of Never Mind the Bollocks. Found that at a car boot sale over Northampton way. Cost me £2. The bloke who was selling it didn't know what it was. Single-sided. That's Submission. This isn't an original Never Mind the Bollocks album. I think this is the second press because this one was released in the same year. And the original album wasn't released till pretty late on in the year, if I remember right. But that's the original single that came with old original copies. Some of them had a poster as well. Some had a single, or some had the poster. Some had both if you're extremely lucky. It'd be worth a fortune. I did have a chance to buy an original album. That would have cost me 60 or 80 quid. That was at a record fair in Peterborough a good couple of years ago, a couple of summers or so ago. But I turned it down. Stupid me. And I've only ever seen one other copy since. And that was over 100 quid. So yeah, Julie, she's autographed the label of that. And also, she did the same on this single, Nutbush City Limits, Ike and Tina Turner. This must have come from the same car boot sale. Because what are the chances of going to a completely different shop, buying this single, and she scrawled on it as well? But I never realised until I was putting away Soul Records the other day. So there we go, Julie again. Silly girl, silly girl. So yeah, record what's been scrawled on by a previous owner. Damn you, woman. Non-VC channel that you enjoy watching. There's one that is on YouTube on Shorts, and I'll put put the names, the proper descriptions and that in the banner and all that sort of stuff when I edit him. It's by a channel called Ulfi Love, and it's ULFI_LOVE, and he does these short videos. Whether he takes them from something else, he must do. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. It's called Oddlands, ODDLANDS, and it's like these shorts with sort of haunting type music, and it's like a mashup of sci-fi stuff, these mystical lands and worlds where robots and these weird sort of buildings, temples, statues. There must be there has to be sort of computer generated graphics as well involved in it. There's like people in cosplay. It's like a mashup between sci-fi and the Lord of the Rings, old ancient lands and whatever. Just lovely to watch. Very mystical. I love watching them. There's two others I watch on Instagram. Though one of them is on YouTube. The first one is it's this. I don't know if he's Italian immigrant over in America. Giovanni Poloni. He either owns or he runs an Italian deli shop. He makes these sandwiches up, and they make Subway look like you've heard like a 12-inch sub, but he can do like 3 feet sandwiches, and he just makes me laugh and puts a smile on. Over the past few years, I haven't had fucking much to smile about. I really haven't. But he puts a smile on my face. He makes it with the fresh mozzarella, and every so often through the video, he goes, "How are you doing? How are you doing?" He's fucking brilliant. I love watching him. Just puts a smile on my face and makes me laugh. And the other one I watch on Instagram, and again I'll put a link. It's official Evel Knievel. There's old footage of Evel Knievel doing his stunts. So I remember when he was at Wembley Stadium years ago, jumping over I don't know how, it could have been 15 double-decker buses, was it, or something? I don't know. There's old vintage footage of him, and there's the one of him in that rocket car jumping over the canyon. And there's also those old Evel Knievel toys as well. You know, you had the plastic bike with the posable figure that used to sit on it, and you put it in that plastic sort of stand thing, and you'd be winding up the handle, wouldn't you? And then all wham, it shoots off, and you can do your own stunts and all that. And he sets up these stunts jumping over furniture, proper cars, out of windows, down ramps, over toy cars, and brilliant. Absolutely love watching it, and I'll put links to all of them in when I do all the editing and all that. Brilliant. Just love watching it. I just love watching those videos. Really do. Finally, there was some weird chap in a balaclava with a rather questionable mattress in the background that looked rather stained. Show a record you borrowed and never given back. This one comes with a bit of sadness, actually. I borrowed this from my mother years ago. Motown Chartbusters Volume 6. This is one of those Chartbusters albums I generally see a lot of at car boot sales, etc. I borrowed this from my mum. I never gave it back, and unfortunately I can't, because my mum passed away towards the end of 2023. I think it was the day, it might have been New Year's Eve actually, or the day before, from a dementia related illness. Bless her. So, yeah, borrowed this from my mum years ago, never gave it back. Unfortunately, I can't. So, yeah, tinged with a bit of sadness. But bless you, mum. Love you to bits. And that's it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much for taking time out to watch. I hope I haven't gone on for too long, Christ knows. Yeah, there'll be a link to the original tag video. I know there's loads of others on the go. Why not have a go at this one? It don't cost you nothing, does it? Eh? God bless you. Cheerio.